So people wanted to know my thoughts because one of my biggest videos here ever was saying that I didn't like Ellen DeGeneres 2 years ago when everybody was still in love with the bitch. And then they realized, that she likes to beat her staff and trip homeless people just for fun. So people are like, hey, Jay, what do you think about Ellen retiring? After all these years, she's going. What are your thoughts? Adios, bitch. Bye. Bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, in the front or the back. Bye. Don't let the door crush your balls on the way out. Bye. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Who gives a shit? I'm surprised she didn't retire 2 years ago. Who gives a fuck? Nobody's given a fuck about Ellen in a long time. Here's what it really irks me, though. So we all know this scandal she had where, she beats her staff. She has autistic people allegedly fired for looking at her in the eye. All these horrible, horrible accusations. And even Hollywood knows about it. There's actors who come out against her and said, she's like a really shitty person. Where were you 4 or 5 years ago? That's just my only question to these little actors who now want to chirp up, so right here for you guys, too. But she decided to address... Now, I thought she was addressing this. I watched a clip with the unholy duo, her and Oprah. We're going to get to it. Stay with me there. Oprah looks more and more like a fucking Pekingese poodle with bad eyesight. Her glasses get bigger and bigger, and her hair gets bigger and whiter and frizzier. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, I don't know if the wigs are getting a little cheap. She's getting a little old in the age. She's getting cataracts. And is this good, Gail? Yeah, baby, that's fine. All right, I got it off Amazon. I want to save money, even though I have like 80 compounds. Oprah and Ellen always tickle me because they're alpha females. Well, Ellen's an alpha male and Oprah's an alpha female. But two alphas do not get along. You can tell. I don't buy their bullshit friendship. They call each other on the phone. They're each other's idols. As soon as fucking Oprah hangs up that phone, she's like, that bitch didn't last as many seasons as I did she? She thinks she got money. I got compounds, bitch. I'll sink her yacht. I'll do it with one of my feces. I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts tonight, get a big old shit going. I'm going to shit on her yacht. Fuck her. Okay, I could buy a country. Can that bitch buy a country? No. Gail, high five. Come down from up there. Spit the pubic hairs out. So, Ellen decided to finally address the backlash surrounding her and all of that. Instead of saying she's sorry, which she kind of did like a month or two ago, she decided to just kind of blame it. Not kind of. I just really think it's sexism and misogyny. It really kind of came out of nowhere. Really? All those bleeding staff that you fucking hit with, sharp objects came out of nowhere. You didn't see them lying sprawled in the hallway. You didn't address any of the fucking issues. You should have addressed it point by point, especially if it's not true. But she decides to sit there and say, it's misogyny. It's not misogyny. A man or a woman can be a raging asshole. I don't know what she is. I haven't checked her gender, fluid, penis, vagina. I don't care what she is. I really don't give a shit. But you're an asshole. You just are an asshole. You have never fooled me. And it shows by your behavior. It shows by, you loving to scare everybody. You don't have to be fucking Freud to figure out you're a sadistic ass. You don't. When everything is predicated on everybody else being humiliated but you, or terrified but you, sending a guy, one of the most flaming homos, and God bless him and all that, but this guy is petrified, allegedly, of every haunted house, although I think that's getting a little stale too. I don't believe, every year, dude, she sends you to a haunted house and you scream like a little girl at everything. It's in the daytime sometimes. I mean, if a tree branch moves when you're jogging, you go, ah! What the fuck? But, I mean, that's the shit she does. She never sends herself to haunted houses. She sends everybody else who are scared of them. She does those game shows where, or things on her show, contests, where people are like, huddled above a thing of sharks or whatever it is. They're on some like ledge, and she keeps reaching to poke the button. And the more and more frightened they get, the more and more she's getting wet. Look, I mean, the jeans are soaking by the time that she's almost pressed the button to like make them drop. Everything, her scaring her celebrities, always predicated on scaring the shit out of people. That's a sadist. That's what the FBI looks for in serial killers. I hate to fucking break it to you. Somebody check the fucking mansion for bodies. I just love it. Okay, so she decides to blame it on misogyny and sexism and all that. No, it's just because you're an ass. But let's get to the Oprah Ellen thing. Okay, so Oprah decided to come on Ellen's show, and they're going to talk about Ellen leaving. You would have thought Ellen announced that she had pussy cancer. I swear to God, that's what the way they were going on about it. Oprah comes on. First of all, Oprah, I love this shit. She can't be bothered to go to Ellen's studio. Listen, honey, you're vaccinated. She said so herself. Your husband is vaccinated. Gail. But, and she's like, I just don't feel safe going outside yet because I don't know who's vaccinated and who's not. Well, then, bitch, lock yourself in for the rest of your life because you're going to be a lonely motherfucker. That's all I got to say. Keep Gail in there, weld the doors shut, and all, you could have a vagina eating marathon as long as you want. It's going to get me in so much trouble. I don't give a fuck. But so Oprah comes on. It's like, hi, Ellen, how are you? She's on the little monitor, and, you can tell Ellen's not even happy to see her. She pretends to like, oh, hi, Oprah, how are you? With that face of hers, like she always, it's kind of minus stat 7. If there's a fucking infection down there and it's making it all the time, there's a gynecologist, something. But she's sitting there and she's like, oh, how are you, Oprah? She's like, and there's Oprah again thinking she's, the Christ child or something like that. I just wanted to be here for you because I know what it's like to lose your talk show. And to have to step down in those feelings and those emotions. How are you? How are you? Did her fucking dog get run over or something like that and I don't know about it? Ellen was fine though. Ellen's like, I cope with it. I find that burning my staff on the genitals with a hot curling iron just kind of gets me through the day. No, but they're taking it so serious. Ellen's like, well, I knew it was the time, and I knew 3 years ago was the time, but I didn't want to say anything yet because I was still having fun with the whipping cord, Especially Asian girls' backs, they bruise so fast. Faster than white girls. Can you believe that? I know, it's crazy. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I used to burn my staff with cigarettes on their private so they couldn't see any of the welts. I hear what you're saying. Virtual high five. Then Ellen goes on to the things she's going to miss. She's like, well, unlike you, I haven't had an audience in a year. Listen, you would have had an audience anyway, even if there wasn't COVID, all right? Because, A, I think they started to smell you. Do we have to sit for the whole show? When's Channing Tatum coming on? Let's go. And they find out how fucking mean you are. But she's like, I haven't had an audience, and I just knew it was the right time, and it was really hard. And then Oprah has to lather her ass some more. I'm surprised they didn't just get a vibrator out. Why not just go to town on TV? Oprah should have come out from pretending she's on the fucking video screen and just started, just grabbing what could be Ellen's breast if she had any. And Ellen should start grabbing her. And that's what you're doing. You're basically doing that shit. Oprah's like, it's such a hard thing to do. Speaking of myself, because God knows I'm going to, it's been 10 years almost since I left my talk show. Now, unlike you, I'm surprised you didn't make it to 20 because, I would have made it to 20. That's just me because I'm OCD like that. And, Ellen is sitting there just fucking twisting her own fucking skin until it bleeds so she doesn't call Oprah a fucking asshole right there and then. You can tell... I swear, work for me. I'll hire you for a day, bitch. I'll hire you for a fucking day. And then it devolves in, and this is how the conversation finishes up. You're going to love this. Not about, the world, about how everybody's feeling, about, even the vaccination. I could have rode with that, or, all the horrible things going on, or, just something a little uplifting. No, it ends with Ellen goes, so, after we come back from our break, we're going to talk about something really interesting. You know what's really interesting, apparently? Oprah's a bad driver, according to her boyfriend, Gail. So I understand about 8,000 years ago on an episode that was hardly watched, you and Gail took a road trip, and she says you don't like to play music when you drive. That's true. I don't like to play music when I drive because I'm a control freak and I want everybody to suffer. You should just hear me, nonstop me, about the weather, about what I think about the maple trees, about what I think about that dead squirrel on the road, how I'm going to make you eat it because I'll pay you enough money where you go, yes, I will. That's right. And I just like to also fart in the car and make sure that the windows are up so they can't get out. You got to smell the Oprah gas. You don't need music. You have Oprah. Why would anybody need that when they got me? I mean, what are they talking about? That's how it ended. So... And then Oprah goes, oh, this other part kills me. She goes, and I just want to make sure, off camera and on, I'm there for you in your final season next year. For you. For you. Oh, really? You're going to come eat her out every day? I don't know what that means. What can she possibly do for her? What's she going to do? Throw more money at her? I don't fucking know. But so, Ellen, it's about time she went. I think I would have felt a little bit better about Ellen if she would have just, you know what? I was a shithead. I was a real asshole. I had a control issue. Fame got to my head a little bit. If she would have said that, I would have been like, you know what? Let the man live. You know what I mean? Let's let's let it ride. But she never did. That's my issue with her. If you want to know my major issues with her, and even worse video than this, it's my original Ellen video. It's somewhere on YouTube. Watch it now before it eventually disappears, like probably my whole channel. Yeah, that's it. So, bon voyage, bitch. Bye.